Yo guys, and as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am back with another review, but this time it is actually a Smackdown review, because I have said this quite a lot, but this will be the last time that I say this. My last Smackdown review that I filmed, I used my microphone for, and 5 minutes into filming that video my microphone disconnected. But didn't tell me that it had disconnected. I thought it would have come up on my phone. Your microphone has been disconnected or something along the lines of that. That never happened, so I just carried on filming as normal. So 21 minutes of that video was muted with no sound, and I didn't realise until 9 hours later after uploading it. So yeah, I had to make that private because I didn't want to delete it. Literally, I know there's no sound for 21 minutes of the video, but I didn't want to delete it because it goes with the schedule of like there being a video uploaded for the Smackdown review, even though you can't hear it, so it would just look really weird if I deleted it. So you can't obviously see it publicly because there's no sound for 21 minutes of a 36-minute video, but I've made it private just so it looks like I've done a Smackdown review. Pretty much is what I was getting at. Anyways, last night's Smackdown was fantastic. Like, I really enjoyed last night's Smackdown, to the point that I did give it a, I don't know if you'll be able to see by the thumbnail, probably not, because it'll probably get covered by the Smackdown logo. But I did give, oh no, it's on this side. I did give this week's Smackdown a 5 out of 5 because I thought it was way better than last week's Smackdown, way better. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed this week's Smackdown. I will be playing with my hair a lot, I will warn you guys now, but honestly, I don't know what the hell is going on with my hair, but I don't think I had it cut like a couple of weeks ago. My hair just grows so bloody fast, it's very annoying, and plus there's a fan blowing it as well, so that's not helping. Anyways, we're going off track, because that's not what this video is about. It's not about my hair, it's about Smackdown. But yeah, no, I really, personally, I really enjoyed this week's Smackdown, like really enjoyed it. We kicked off Smackdown with a segment with Bianca kicking off the show because it was in her hometown. I'm not going to really speak about too much about the whole segment because it's just not something I really feel like talking about, because as much as I like enjoyed the segment, I don't really have much to say for it in a review type of way. So I'm just going to kick on straight away with the first match of the night, which was the women's triple threat qualifier for the Money in the Bank ladder match next Saturday, which is crazy that it's literally less than a week away, which was between Naomi, Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. I said in my last Smackdown review that I had Naomi winning, and I was correct. Naomi won. I felt that the match was decent. I feel it was very slow at the beginning of the match, but then it started to like pick up like towards like the middle and end. But yeah, the beginning of the match was very slow, and it did feel like it was really long, like really long. So I felt like it could have been a little bit shorter, because I felt like it took up like the majority of the show. So I would say that the match went on for a bit too long, because it kind of got to the point where I kind of had enough of the match now. But no, yeah, like I said, it was good in the middle and the end, but the beginning was a long beginning though, was very short, not very short, very slow, and just not enjoyable. But yeah, as we all saw last night, Naomi picked up the win in the triple threat, and she is heading to the women's side of, I don't know why I keep saying that, obviously the women's. She is heading to Money in the Bank, pretty much, in the 6-woman ladder match. So far we have Roxanne Perez, Julia, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi as part of this women's Money in the Bank ladder match. What a 5, like, already. I will get onto, because we might as well, because we're talking about Money in the Bank, who's a part of the women's Money in the Bank triple threat next week, and it is between Stephanie Vicker, Ivy Nile, and Liv Morgan. I straight away said Stephanie Vicker is winning this, but then I was like, oh fuck, she has a match on Saturday at Worlds Collide in a tag team match with Lola Vice and 2 of the women that are part of the AAA company, but I don't know what their names are. So I was like, wait, so surely she can't win this triple threat then, because that means that she's fighting twice. I know a lot of wrestlers can do that, but do they really want one of their top stars in the women's division to fight twice? I don't see that happening now. But I literally said it immediately, and then I forgot that she was in a tag team match at Worlds Collide, because I could see the 2 people being in that tag team match getting involved and costing Stephanie the Money in the Bank qualifier, because I can't see any other way of Stephanie just taking a clean pin. I can see that being some sort of distraction. I don't think Ivy Nile was going to win that, so I'd have to go Liv Morgan. Now I'm going to have to change my mind, just for the simple fact alone that Stephanie is in a match already on that Saturday, and Ivy Nile's definitely not winning it. So yeah, I'll have to go Liv Morgan then to win triple threat next week, because I always do a prediction on the Money in the Bank qualifiers for the following week, just to see if I've got it right in this Smackdown review. So yeah, my prediction for that triple threat, I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. And then we had an absolute hilarious backstage segment with the Bloodline and R-Truth. R-Truth is slowly, I think, bringing back Little Jimmy, but this time it's a good Little Jimmy, not a heel Little Jimmy, it's a face Little Jimmy instead. So he's definitely bringing back that character, and I think he's going along with the character of trying to teach people a lesson, which I'm absolutely loving, because he's just facing all of these top heels to try and teach them lessons. So I'm really enjoying this whole R-Truth character at the moment. And he said to JC that he's never seen him a day in his life, and said to Solo, is this your son, and can I take your husky out to the ring to teach him a lesson? It was just a comedy gold segment, and R-Truth is just absolute goated in the wrestling industry. Like he really is absolutely hilarious. And then we got the match between R-Truth and Jason Mateo, which was like literally like 5 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer or a little bit less. And then JC and Solo started beating down R-Truth. Jimmy Uso's music hit. He came out with a steel chair to help R-Truth, probably setting up next week on Friday Night Smackdown, Jason Mateo and Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso and R-Truth, for 100% see that match happening next week, and I'll be so down for that match. And then hopefully we do see Solo do separate stuff though to do with the Money in the Bank, because obviously that's the final Smackdown before Money in the Bank, so we need some hype and build up for the men's side for Money in the Bank, so hopefully Solo does some other stuff to do with that as well. But yeah, no, I can definitely see that tag team match happening next week now. And then we got a in-ring segment between the Street Profits, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Gun, DIY and the Wyatt Six. I was really expecting them once they came to the ring officially, the Wyatt Six. I was expecting the brawl to happen like it did, but then I was expecting Nick Aldis to come out and make this a match at Money in the Bank. Imagine they made this match, so a five-way ladder match at Money in the Bank for the Tag Team Championships. Imagine they made that a match for Money in the Bank, because we still need one more side for the men's side, not men's side, sorry. We still need one more match, because we've only got 4 matches so far. Does that mean we're getting another Raw match added? But yeah, there's loads of Raw superstars on this show, but not as many Smackdown superstars. So I was really expecting them to add another match tonight for Money in the Bank, because now I've got to do my review. Not review, sorry, my predictions for Money in the Bank, and I'm going to leave out another match again because they've not announced one. Because I was so expecting another match to be announced, and when these 5 got in the ring and they started saying, I want a championship match, I was like, oh my god, they're going to make this a fatal 5-way ladder match and we're going to get 3 ladder matches at this year's Money in the Bank. Yes, we would all be so down for that, because their ladder match that the Street Profits did last time was absolutely incredible. So I was like, yes, please give us a fatal 5-way ladder match at Money in the Bank, please. No, we didn't get that. Well, we haven't had that yet anyway. But yeah, no, that's the reason why I wanted to speak about it, because I was like so expecting them to be put into a match at Money in the Bank. But yeah, that happened. And then we saw Los Garza, who are on the Worlds Collide card, and so is Evans and Ray Phoenix. They went up against each other in a tag team match because Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans are facing Ethan Page, and I can never remember the Mexican wrestlers' names because I don't want to butcher their names, but yeah, Worlds Collide for the North American Championship, so they had a tag match together. And then, Ethan Page got involved, of course. I knew that was going to happen. But that knee to Evans by Angel sounded awful when Evans was hanging off the rope, and then he got kneed straight into the face and like fell backwards. That looked awful. Like, that was my favourite moment of the whole match. And there was loads of moments in the match that were very enjoyable to watch, and I did give this match a 4 out of 5 because it's just absolutely incredible. But that knee specifically to Javon Evans by Angel Garza was crazy. Like, the sound of it just sounded horrible. But yeah, like I said, Ethan Page got himself involved, cost Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans the match. So yeah, Los Garza picked up the victory. Which probably means that Los Garza are losing on Worlds Collide, which I can guarantee you that probably most of the non-Mexican wrestlers that are on this show are going to not take any victories, because it's, you know, Mexican wrestlers like base, so they probably want all their Mexican wrestlers to pick up a victory. So yeah, that fatal 4-way for the North American Championship is going to be very interesting now, because obviously Ray Phoenix is part of it. Will he win it and then defend it on both SmackDown and NXT, exactly like Dominic Mysterio did? I can really see that happening. Yeah, I can 100% see that happening. So that's going to be a very interesting match. I'm not going to be doing a prediction on that just because I don't watch Worlds Collide like that. So I'm not familiar with the wrestlers that are part of that. Well, I am familiar with some, but not a lot of them. So I can't really give my opinion on who I believe is going to win because I don't watch Worlds Collide. I've never seen it. I've heard of it, of course, but I've never like watched it. But yeah, so I'm not going to give my prediction on that PLE, but obviously I will be doing a prediction on the Money in the Bank PLE, of course. Yeah, of course. And then we got a YX6 video segment. So they're definitely going after the tag team division. And I think they're not going to stop until they become tag team champions. I think that's the whole stick at the moment, with what they're going with. But yeah, no, I'm loving that we've got the YX6 back in WWE again. Obviously they came back last week and I spoke about it a lot. But yeah, that video was muted for the 95% of the video. But yeah, no, I'm happy to have the YX6 back. I'm hoping that Alexa is part of the YX6, but not actually physically working alongside them. So she kind of has her own stuff going on, but it's to do with the YX6, but she kind of does separate stuff to do with the YX6, but she is a part of the group, because I don't want her actually being officially like doing stuff with the group. I want her like part of the White Six, but doing stuff separately, like our own little like White Six group that's by herself and Lily. I kind of want that happening. But yeah, no, I'm excited to have the White Six back, and I'm so fucking excited to see some sort of like Fatal 5-Way or Fatal 4-Way, and the winners face the winners face the Street Profits at some point down the line. I can definitely see them maybe doing that next week on Smackdown. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what's next for the White Six and what happens in the tag team division, because the Smackdown tag team division is just on fire at the moment. It's so incredible to watch. And then we had a in-ring segment by Damian Priest. He kind of struggled. Damian Priest has never been a person to speak, to be honest with you. He is way better in the ring than he is on the mic, because like, he seems to struggle a lot when it comes to talking on the mic. A lot. Like every rivalry he's been in since he's joined WWE, he's struggled to speak for a long period amount of time. So yeah, he kind of struggled at the beginning, but then he started to get his confidence, and the promo started to become a little bit more like better than it was. But it happens. Like no matter how long you've been in WWE, you have a part of the wrestling that you're not as good at. Like for example, John Cena's really good on the mic, but not that great in the ring. I'm not joking though. he's incredible on the mic, but in ring wise, not the greatest. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on that one. But yeah, no, he's been in the company for 3 years now. So he joined in 2002 technically. So yeah, about 23 years, maybe even longer than that. I don't know, but I feel like it's probably officially been 23 years, because he joined in 2002. So yeah, I'd say officially 2000, officially 23 years. And he's not that good in the ring, but he's absolutely incredible on the mic. And it's the same for Damian Priest. Like he's been in the WWE for quite some time now, but he's not particularly that great on the mic. But he's incredible in the ring. I believe anyway. But yeah, and he's going after Jacob Fatu. A lot of us literally said this in Saturday night's review, that we can see Damian Priest going after Jacob Fatu because they had unfinished business, and that's exactly what this whole segment in the ring was about, that he wants to go after the baddest champion, and that is Jacob Fatu. And then Jacob Fatu's music hit as Damian was walking up the apron, because Jacob was in a qualifier for the men's Money in the Bank between him, Andrade, and I said him, and I've just realised that the Camilla Hayes literally whole stick is him, but that's not what I meant. I meant him as in Jacob Fatu. But yeah, Jacob Fatu, Andrade, and Camilla Hayes were in a triple threat together, and oh my god, what an incredible tripping. What an incredible triple threat this was. Absolutely amazing. Both triple threats were good, but this was way better, because this was good from the beginning to the end. Absolutely incredible. I personally think though, my favourite move of all time is the spinning elbow by Andrade. Like that has got to be my favourite finisher, and Penta's finisher. I can never remember, even though it's my favourite, I can never remember what it's called. Mexican Destroyer by Penta, and the spinning elbow by Andrade are my two favourite moves currently in WWE right now, because that spinning elbow looks absolutely horrible. It sounds horrible. It's so fast paced when he does it. It's got to be my favourite move at the moment. Let me know in the comment section down below what your guys' favourite signature, finisher, or just move in general by anyone in WWE, because I'm very intrigued. But yeah, my favourite move probably right now is 100% the spinning elbow. It's just, yeah, it just sounds horrible. But yeah, no, Solo and Jason Mateo came down to the ring in the end to try and help Jacob, but just ended up completely distracting Jacob because he done his swanton bomb, was about to pin, and then Solo got up on the apron. The referee tried to get Solo down, and then he kept going, go on, do it again, do it again, do it again. And he got too distracted by Solo that he got, I think, Carmella Hayes, or I can't remember who it was, but I think it was, yeah, Carmella Hayes pushed Jacob Fatu into Solo Sikoa, knocking Solo off the apron, costing Jacob the match, and then Andrade took advantage of this whole situation happening and picked up the victory and qualified for the men's Money in the Bank. I was 100% certain that Carmelo Hayes was going to pick up the victory. 100% certain Carmelo Hayes was going to win. Like 100%. I was like, there is no way it's going to be Jacob Fatu because he's United States champion, and I don't particularly like champions having qualifying matches in the first place, and I don't like them being in Money in the Bank matches because they're already a champion, and it just kind of takes up a spot for somebody that isn't a champion at all. So I don't like champions being involved in qualifying matches. So I was hoping, as much as I love Jacob Fatu, I was hoping he didn't win. So I was glad that he didn't win. But I was like, Andrade's not going to win, surely not. Like, he's not really being a part of the storyline at the moment, and he's kind of had this little thing going on with Legado del Fantasma, so I was like, Andrade, I can't really see him. But Carmelo Hayes has had this whole situation going on with The Miz, where The Miz is trying to hype him up and give him all of these opportunities, and they're on the show a lot, so I was like, they've got to go with Carmelo Hayes, surely. And I was actually expecting Carmelo Hayes to win the whole thing, but that obviously is not happening now because Andrade qualified. I was so not expecting it. I don't mind who won this triple threat, but I was just 100% certain it was going to be Carmelo Hayes. That's the only reason I'm like shocked and a bit like, whoa. But I honestly, apart from Jacob Fatu, I didn't mind out of Carmelo Hayes and Andrade who won this, because both of them would be absolutely incredible in the Money in the Bank. So I'm not bothered about Andrade winning at all. I was just shocked that he did. But yeah, we are in for an absolute treat next week. We have CM Punk kicking off the show, and then we have that triple threat for the women's side for the Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw between Stephanie Booker, Ivy Nile and Liv Morgan. And I'll say again, I have Liv Morgan winning that now. And then we have, which is going to be a crazy sentence to say, AJ Styles, CM Punk and El Grande Americano in a triple threat for the men's Money in the Bank last qualifying match. What the fuck? We've got CM Punk and AJ Styles in the same ring together in a qualifying match for the Money in the Bank. And El Grande Americano, which is Chad Gable. So Chad Gable's literally getting another opportunity to be a part of men's Money in the Bank. Which is kind of annoying, because technically he could win, because Andrade Americano and Chad Gable are two different people. So technically he could win because Chad Gable's facing the Mexican wrestler at Worlds Collide, but Andrade Americano technically hasn't got a match yet. So unfortunately do see Andrade Americano winning this. I really don't want it to be Andrade Americano as much as Chad Gable. Let's just say Chad Gable. As much as Chad Gable would be absolutely incredible in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, like he really would be so incredible to watch considering the amount of people that are in this match. Andrade will be really incredible to be a part of this, but it's Chad Gable, so technically he's already got a match at Worlds Collide. So are they really gonna make him win because it's technically not him, even though it is, to be a part of this Money in the Bank? I can really see it now. I was expecting it to be Bronson Reed. Like imagine if it was Bronson Reed and AJ Styles and CM Punk. That's what I was expecting. I really was expecting. Or even Bron Breakker, but not Andrade Americano. Like, no, I was 100% not expecting that. I'm kind of hoping either the guy that he's facing at Welsh Live gets involved again, or maybe Penta gets involved, or I'm hoping somebody gets involved so that Andrade Americano doesn't win, because I really don't want him to win. But if I had to pick, based on Andrade Americano always winning matches when he's a part of them, and it technically storyline wise being a different person and it's not Chad Gable, I can see Andrade Americano winning this. I really hope it's CM Punk, like really hope, because I would love for CM Punk to be a part of Money in the Bank, to be a part of the ladder match, but I just don't know now. I don't know, because I can see Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed getting involved, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso getting involved, but it doesn't work for CM Punk winning. And then I can see on Money in the Bank CM Punk costing Seth Rollins the win, because he cost CM Punk the qualifier match, so I can see that happening. But I hope CM Punk wins. But the fact that we're getting CM Punk and AJ Styles in the same ring is crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's literally a dream match right there, and we're getting it on a Monday Night Raw in a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Like, that was insane. When they said CM Punk and AJ Styles, I was like, nah, you're tripping. Like, really? Like, those two in the same ring for a qualifying match? That was not on my bingo card. I was expecting it to be CM Punk, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed being in a triple threat. I was 100% not expecting AJ Styles. But then off camera, I was like, maybe they do CM Punk, AJ Styles and Karrion Kross, because of the whole Karrion Kross and AJ Styles situation, like in the past and still kind of now. I was expecting them to put Karrion Kross and AJ Styles and CM Punk in the same ring together and that be the qualifying match, but yeah, no, we didn't get that. But yeah, no, we are in for an absolute banger of a Raw. Like, CM Punk kicking off the show, that triple threat match for the men's side, the triple threat for the women's side, and so much other shenanigans that are going to be happening on that, because it is the Raw before Money in the Bank, so it needs to be a good show, and hopefully it is. Yeah, we're in for a really good treat. And then the final segment of last night's Smackdown was between Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Jey Uso and Logan Paul, but also on Smackdown, and I was so thankful that all four of them got to have a little bit of mic time on last night's Smackdown, because they needed that. I'm so beyond happy that they've done that, because it helps towards that tag team match, because if it was just John Cena and Cody Rhodes, it would kind of feel quite disappointing, because obviously it's not a one-on-one match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, it's a tag team match, so I was beyond like happy that all four of them were in the ring together. I was really not expecting that. I was expecting them to, all four of them, to be in the ring on the final Smackdown before Money in the Bank, but thank God they've done it now, and they had all four of them had a brilliant, slight promos, apart from Cody Rhodes had most majority of the promo, which I was expecting. But yeah, fantastic promo by Logan Paul, fantastic promo by John Cena. Okay one by Jey Uso, he didn't really say much. Fantastic one by Cody Rhodes, and yeah, beyond happy that all four of them were on SmackDown last night, because yeah, it builds up the hype even more for their tag team match. Like, as much as I would prefer to have had John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship and Money in the Bank to relive 2011 in Chicago, to have that whole sequence happen at this year's Money in the Bank between CM Punk and John Cena, we're unfortunately not getting that. But I am excited for this tag team match, because there's potential of people getting involved to set up their match against John Cena, and it's just interesting to see where they go from after this tag team match. So yeah, no, I'm really, really excited about this tag team, but would prefer it to be CM Punk and John Cena. I'm not gonna lie to you guys now though, because we're not getting CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship to relive the nostalgic of 2011 in Chicago, like I've already said, I'm not too bothered, and I don't care for CM Punk versus John Cena now. I want to see it, obviously, still, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be like overly disappointed, because we have had interactions with John Cena and CM Punk in the ring together at Elimination Chamber this year, so I'm not going to be like really disappointed if they don't have a one-on-one match, because I wanted it at Money in the Bank for the nostalgic act, and we're not getting that. It's not made me as excited for their match, because wherever they do it now, it's not as nostalgic as it would have been if they'd done it at Money in the Bank this Saturday. So it's kind of made me like not like as excited and not as bothered if I don't see them in the ring together now. That might be a bit crazy sentence to say, but as like a hardcore like WWE fan, I really wanted it to be a Money in the Bank, because it just made so much sense for them to do this whole CM Punk and John Cena feud at Money in the Bank. And like I said, now we're not getting that match at Money in the Bank, and it might happen at SummerSlam. It just doesn't feel as nostalgic as it would have done at Saturday nights at Money in the Bank this Saturday. So like now I'm just like, and also, when are they going to do it? Because we're in June, literally tomorrow, and we've got this tag team match at Money in the Bank, and then literally a couple of weeks later we've got Night of Champions, which could potentially be Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at Night of Champions, but I can see them doing Jey Uso versus John Cena, champion versus champion, because it's Night of Champions. So I can see them doing maybe both champions in one ring, and maybe, oh no, you know what they could do? Maybe they do double champion, whoever wins takes both championships. Oh no. Oh wait, I actually could be onto something there. Oh no. I actually could be onto something. Oh shit. Oh, hope not. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, obviously it's not champions in literally 3 weeks, I think, after Money in the Bank. So I can see them doing that match, which I really hope it doesn't happen now. But John Cena is on the show because he's already been announced to be on Night Champions. But I just don't know who against yet. But if he doesn't face Cody at Night Champions, Cody's definitely having a match at some point, and I just can't see that being anywhere else apart from SummerSlam, which then leaves the question, where the hell is CM Punk happening? And that's why I'm like not as excited for CM Punk versus John Cena now, because now they've, like I've said this a million times in this video, but now they're not doing it at Money in the Bank, and he's got this whole situation going on with Cody, and we're already in June almost. Does that mean that he's now going to be facing John Cena at Clash in Paris? It's the only thing I can see CM Punk doing now is facing John Cena at Clash in Paris, and Cody faces John Cena at SummerSlam. That's the only thing I can think of, to be honest with you now. Yeah, and then maybe we get a 6-man tag between Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. I can see that happening, and then I can see Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at SummerSlam, and then maybe after the match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, CM Punk comes out at SummerSlam to GTS John Cena, setting up their match in 3 weeks time at Clash in Paris. That I can really see happening, which I'm really hoping for. But yeah, I'm excited for this tag team match on Saturday night. Well, like I said, Saturday night's main event. No, on Money in the Bank next week between Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and John Cena. We did have a bit of a brawl between all 4 of them, and Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso stood tall, which probably means that John Cena and Logan Paul are winning, but I would have probably guessed that anyway, because it's John Cena. But yeah, no, that's all that happened on last night's Smackdown. But yeah, like I said already, I did give this Smackdown a 5 out of 5 because I personally really enjoyed it. Do you guys agree with me in feeling this was a 5 out of 5 Smackdown, or do you believe it was a little bit worse than a 5 out of 5 and it was a 4 out of 4? Do you believe it was even worse than a 3 out of 3, or even worse than a 2 out of 5? Also, 3 out of 5 I meant, not 3 out of 3. I'm pretty sure I said 3 out of 3. 2 out of 5 because it was absolutely terrible. Or do you believe it was the worst of the worst Smackdowns? You're never ever going to watch this Smackdown again. You wish this Smackdown never happened. It was awful. Nothing was good about it, and it was a 1 out of 5. Let me know in the comment section down below what you gave the rating of this week's Smackdown. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the review. I do have a video coming out at some point this week of my t-shirt collection videos. I was meant to film it last week, well no, this week, sorry, but I just never got around to it, so I'm going to be filming it technically next week because it's Saturday, so technically next week I'm going to be filming it, and that'll be up at some point next week. And then on Wednesday my Money in the Bank prediction video will be out, so look forward to that. And then of course, so that's 2 videos already. We've got the t-shirt haul, the Money in the Bank prediction video, and then on Saturday, of course, it will be my Smackdown review. And also the Raw review on Tuesday as well. Oh my god, how did I forget that? So the Raw review, there we go, hang on, let's go again. The Raw review on Tuesday, and then the Money in the Bank prediction video on Wednesday, and then Thursday will probably be, I might be filming it next week, but I don't know if it'll be uploaded next week, but possibly the t-shirt haul next week. But it's getting filmed, but I don't know about it being uploaded, but maybe. So possibly Thursday, the t-shirt haul. We've got 39 wrestling t-shirts, and then Saturday, the Smackdown review. And then also we will be having the Money in the Bank reaction videos on technically the Sunday night. Yeah, and then on Sunday I will be filming my Money in the Bank review. So that's a Raw review, Smackdown review, Money in the Bank predictions, reaction videos, quite a few of them, and the Money in the Bank review. So maybe in my t-shirt haul, so maybe we have about 10 videos coming out next week, so we look forward to all of those videos, and I hope you do. But anyways guys, this has been the end of the Smackdown review, and yeah, it's been Charlie, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.